His Girl Friday came out in 1940, is directed by Howard Hawks, stars Cary Grant and Rosalind Russell, is written by Ben Hecht, and is, our 100th episode. Yes, it is the 100th episode of the Golden Hour Film Podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Golden Hour Film Podcast, episode 100. I am Harry Bailey, joined by my co-host, not guest host, Shane Mulvaney. Shane, on this 100th episode, don't know if I've said it enough times yet, how are you?
I'm feeling 100%, Harry. Absolutely feeling great. Yeah, thanks to everyone who's tuned in for this episode and for any of our other episodes up to now. Yeah, it's pretty nice to be able to celebrate like a centenary of episodes, because I think it's a pretty decent achievement to do one of these a week.
Yeah, we kind of set out 3 achievable goals, I would say, at the start of this year. That is 100 episodes, 1,000 YouTube subscribers, and 100,000 views on YouTube. And this is the first of the hat trick. Everything you just said, thank you so much to everyone who has been following along. I know people who have been listening to us since the Rebecca episode.
Yep.
Why? No, thank you.
There's got to be something better to do with your time.
Yeah, there's got to be something better to listen to us. No, in all seriousness, thank you very much. We have covered everything from screwball comedies to Polish anti-war films to 3-hour samurai epics to
Bond.
the first ever Best Picture winner to Bond to the first ever film noir
Universal
to
Monsters.
Little Caesar and to Leo G. Carroll. We've covered a lot of classic Hollywood, classic world cinema, and today we are covering a fantastic film, His Girl Friday. I certainly don't want His Girl Friday to be swept under the rug in our celebrations of our 100th episode. We're going to be doing everything we usually do, of course, talking about His Girl Friday in a non-spoilery review. In a spoiler-filled review, we'll give our letterboxed takings on His Girl Friday. So yeah, don't want anyone to think that we are not going to be doing our usual thing. We will very much be getting to His Girl Friday. We will also be talking about a little old game, a little old series that Shane and I have been battling it out in, which is Guess the Movie. We'll have 3 rounds of that at the end of this episode. I might throw in a few trivia. Forgot to mention it in the last episode. We have quizzes now.
Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube rolled out a new feature where you can add quiz questions, and with our format, that is great. So for the first episode of this month, it happened one night. I threw 5 Frank Capra quiz questions in there, trivia questions in there. For last week's episode 99, Bringing Up Baby, I threw in 5 questions, and this week I'll throw in 5 more questions. That being said, Shane, before we get into His Girl Friday, I have a few trivia questions for you. But that's about the Golden Hour Film Podcast. Shane, my first question for you, and you could obviously all play this at home, and shout out to Letterboxd for its incredible stats feature, because I genuinely look at that maybe every day. Shane, I want you to tell me, if you can guess, and bonus points if we're taking points, if you can name any of the films, what year. There is a singular year that we have covered more than any other year on the podcast. There is a defiant leader in that league table. I would like to know your guess as to what year that is. And before you say it, interestingly enough, in the top 3 years that we've ever covered, because there's also a defiant top 3, we've 1 year from the 30s, 1 year from the 50s, and 1 year from the 40s. I won't tell you the order. I guess that eliminates the 60s, but we've covered a few 60s films, but in the grand scheme of things, not an awful lot. Shane, what year have we covered more than any?
Are we including this week's episode and next week's episode in this?
We are including up to episode 100. Okay. So His Girl Friday is included.
I think it could be 1940 because I know we've done Rebecca, we've done Foreign Correspondent. There's probably a couple of others in there. Could be 1946 maybe. I'm gonna say 1940 as a stab, maybe just because it's fresh in my mind. But
Well, had you said 1940 next week, you would have given me third place.
okay,
You were 1 year out. In 1941,
all right.
we covered
Oh sure, yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith,
Yeah.
Suspicion, The Maltese Falcon, The Wolfman, Ball of Fire, and Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think because like Citizen Kane was episode 59, so it's been 41 episodes since we've covered 1941, and yet it is still very much our most covered year. Shane, slight hint here, but it's someone who I've shouted out quite recently on the podcast. We have a singular writer who is number one all time for appearances on the podcast. Can you tell me who it is?
It's either Ben Hecht, who we covered last week,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm going to say my boy Billy Wilder, because we've done a bunch of his movies, and obviously he's written a couple as well that he didn't direct. I'm gonna lock in Billy Wilder.
Well, Shane, you have named the top two.
Yeah.
With 6 appearances on the podcast, Billy Wilder is in second.
Oh, really?
And with 7 appearances on the podcast, Ben Hecht is in first.
Yes.
And my final question for you, Shane. I'm not gonna go full tenable on you. There is 10 actors. They are not necessarily first. They are all tied fourth, ironically. There is 10 actors who have been on the podcast exactly 4 times.
Oof.
How many of this top 10 can you name?
Exactly
4
times.
Yes.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I'll tell you now. You will lose a life. I'll give you 3 lives. We're gonna go tenable. You'll lose a life if you name any actor who has been in less than 4 films on the podcast. So if you overshoot it, you're obviously not getting one of the 10, but I'll cut you some slack.
Cary Grant was in Notorious, Suspicion. He's in this episode, His Girl Friday, and he's in last week's episode of Bringing Up Baby. Was he in any more than that we covered? I don't think he is. I'm going to lock in Cary Grant as one.
Correct.
Jimmy Stewart is in Rope, Rear Window. Did we cover any other Jimmy Stewart? He's obviously in next week's episode, but that doesn't count for this purpose. Rope, Rear Window. I don't think we've done enough Jimmy Stewart, so I'm not going to lock him in. I'm thinking of smaller actors now. I'm going to lock in Elisha Cook Jr.
Elisha Cook Jr. was in The Maltese Falcon, Ball of Fire, Stranger on the Third Floor, and The Big Sleep. Correct.
I'm going to lock in...
I'll just say, bar 2, there's no real surprises here. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
There's nothing that's gonna really blow your mind. Bar 2, who, like, if you really think about it, obviously they were in 4 episodes, but they're maybe not necessarily like the people who you think of.
Yeah.
The other 8, including obviously Cary Grant and Elisha Cook Jr., are very much people who you would expect to be in this top 10.
Claude Rains was in The Invisible Man. He's in Notorious. He is in Casablanca. Oh, yeah. Okay, I think I've found at least one more. Casablanca, and he's also in... The Wolfman. Yeah, I'm going to lock in Claude Rains.
Is correct. That's 3.
Casablanca. Let me see how many. It's bogey in 4 or 5. Casablanca, Maltese Falcon, The Big Sleep, In a Lonely Place. He's in more. He's in Angels with Dirty Faces, in The Roaring 20 Cells, so it's not bogey. Ingrid Bergman, Casablanca, Notorious, Spellbound, and Under Capricorn. Ingrid Bergman.
Correct.
Okay, on a roll now. Oh, I think the Stan could be one of them. Barbara Stanwyck, could she? Let me see. Double Indemnity, Ball of Fire. No, she isn't. Ignore that. Hang on. Same movie. Edward G. Robinson, maybe. Double Indemnity, Little Caesar. No. It's a Wonderful Life. How do I not remember It's a Wonderful Life? Okay, It's a Wonderful Life, Rear Window on Rope. That's 3.
Yeah, I was waiting on you to figure out It's a Wonderful Life.
Philadelphia Story doesn't count because it's next week. We haven't done Vertigo yet. We haven't done Anatomy of a Murder. Shop around the corner. Mine shot Liberty Valance. No, it's not Jimmy Stewart. He's only been in 3. Yeah, he's only been in 3.
Right. For the sake of the podcast, I'm going to put you under time pressure.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a 2-minute timer.
Okay, fair enough. Orson Welles
is correct.
Okay.
That's 5.
Oh, no, sure, he's in 5. I was going to say Sean Connery, but no, we did 5 Bond movies. That's not him. I'm drawing blanks here now, to be honest. Bernard Lee, I feel like he's probably been in 5 as well, but maybe he missed one.
Bernard Lee has been in 7 films on the podcast.
He has indeed. Yeah, actually, you're right.
He was in The Spy Who Came In From the Cold, the 5 Bond films, and Pushing.
Yeah, actually, he was in Pushing. That's crazy. Thelma Ritter, actually. Thelma Ritter just came into my mind. No. Hang on, Miracle on 34th Street. No, it's not Thelma Ritter. No, I don't think it's the 4th. I'm going to say Gene Hackman, but I don't think it's right.
And time is up. And Gene Hackman was only in 3.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
The other 5 are, you will be kicking yourself, I'm afraid. James Cagney.
Ah! Oh, God damn.
Our boy, Dwight Fry.
I wouldn't have thought of him, to be honest.
Joseph Cotton.
I should have got Joseph Cotton.
And then the 2 who I didn't expect you to get. Desmond Llewellyn, who is from the Bond films. Q.
I was thinking, yeah.
And Henry Travers, who has, if you think about it, he was obviously It's a Wonderful Life, his most famous appearance on the podcast. But he was in Ball of Fire, Invisible Man, and Shadow of a Doubt.
Yeah. I knew there must be one of the Bond actors, but yeah, it just went with the wrong one.
Yeah, I think Lois Maxwell's on 5, Connery's on 5, and then Bernard Lee is our most watched actor on 7. Although Bogey's on 6, I think, so he is. And Gregory Peck is on 5. So Bogey and Gregory Peck, and probably Cary Grant, between the 3 of them, will probably, and Jimmy Stewart, between the 4 of them, will probably be battling it out to be the number 1 most highest appearance, the James Milner Award of the podcast by the end of the year.
Yeah.
That being said, we have a movie to talk about. His Girl Friday, Shane, in a spoiler-free review. What you make of it? Is it any use?
Yeah, it's class. It's based on a stage play called The Front Page. There is a movie called The Front Page, which came out in 1931, I believe. There's also a version directed by my boy Billy Wilder from the 70s, starring Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon. But I think from what certainly I've only seen the Billy Wilder version, but this is superior to that, to be honest. His Girl Friday, it's to say that the dialogue is fast paced is like a massive disservice. Like, it's just there's about 5 conversations happening all at once for about 50% of this movie. Like, everyone's talking over each other. Everyone is has an angle. Everyone is speaking at an absolute crazy pace. In the dialogue, it's just so funny. It's it's.
Would you like to know a fun fact?
Go ahead, yeah.
So, as you learn in college, I'm sure you'll remember this, Shane. I
think I know this fact, actually. There's more.
A film, on average, has 90 words per minute.
Yeah.
This film has an average of 240 words per minute.
Yeah.
Everyone is speaking like they are Tommy guns. And it genuinely broke the mold. And it wasn't the first ever film to do it. I think The Stage Door was the first film to have people talking over each other. But this is the early example of people are just talking over each other because they need to get their angle in more than the other person wants their angle in,
Yeah.
and they're just going and going and going and going and going and going. And as well, Rosalind Russell apparently thought that Cary Grant had better lines than her for these shouting matches, shall we say. So she hired an advertiser to write like quips for her because she knew that Howard Hawks loved when they went off script and improvised. So she just pretended to improvise these pre-written lines that an advertiser wrote for her. But apparently Cary Grant like clocked it straight away. I don't know if he was like, "You're not normally this funny," but it was something along the lines of that, where he was like, "I'm not so sure you're coming up with this by yourself, Rosalind." But yeah, they talk quite fast.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is a 95-minute movie, maybe 90-minute movie that, like, if people talked at a normal pace, would probably be well over 2 hours, probably like an extra at least 45 minutes on this movie if everyone just talked at a normal pace.
Mm-hmm. No, it's crazy. I love this film as well. Fantastic. Not a film to watch when you're hungover. I'll tell you that.
No.
But it's a comedy that you do need your brain on for. Love it though. Cary Grant is great, but for me the MVP of this film is Rosalind Russell. She's so good in this,
I'd agree,
and I
yeah.
think when you realize that this isn't a romantic comedy, and it's more so like a workplace comedy, you will get so much more out of this film because there's very little actual romance between their characters up until the end, but until the film goes in like a film direction, shall we say, it is very much a women in the workplace comedy where Rosalind Russell's character is just really good at her job and she knows it and all the men around her know it, and for whatever reason she has decided she wants to end that career. But basically this film is us as an audience figuring out just how good at that career she is and just how much she loves that career. It's so good, and I reckon we get into some more spoiler filled reviews, some more spoiler filled thoughts. So Shane, His Girl Friday, what's it all about?
So it follows a newspaper editor played by Cary Grant. Walter Burns is his name. And some shenanigans go on. So basically, he finds out because she comes to him, his ex-wife Hildy Johnson, which is, by the way, is a gender swapped from the original play and the original movie. Do you know what's funny about this is that, like you said, first of all, it's great to see like a female character at this point like be depicted as clearly by far the best at her job.
Yeah.
But also, like, this is like, if this came out now, to be all the people saying it's all woke because they gender flipped one of the main characters and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Whereas like this, and I've seen the Billy Wilder version, it's such a brilliant, inspired choice to have this be not only a woman but also like the ex-wife of the newspaper editor, because like, first of all, you obviously have this whole dynamic that just completely shifts. It's not just boss and employee. Well, it is that, but it's also, or ex-employee in this case, but it's also like they had this whole romantic history as well, where he freely admit he was a terrible husband because he just was constantly thinking about the next story. But anyway, yeah, look, little all that aside, she comes to him. Hildy Johnson says that at this point she's already quit, or at least she's been on a sabbatical, but she says that she's going to get married. She's going to get remarried the day after this, and to a guy called Bruce Baldwin, played by Ralph Bellamy, and it's a pretty funny line actually, where Cary Grant says, "You kind of look like that Hollywood guy." Ralph Bellamy's his name.
Yeah,
pretty funny. But yeah, so she wants out of the newspaper business, but then Walter finds a way to keep her around because, wouldn't you know, there's this massive story that's about to break of this killer who has been sentenced to the death penalty. Earl Williams is his name. The governor has refused to pardon him and he's going to be executed the next day, but it turns out he has actually been pardoned. And he's going to be executed, but unbeknownst to them at this time, he has been pardoned, and then there's this whole kind of, shenanigans ensue, shall we say, after Earl Williams escapes prison, even though he should have already been released, because there's a whole kind of, it touches very much upon like police corruption and the
Huh.
yeah, police corruption and the kind of corrupt media. There's a pretty funny scene, actually, title scene at the start, where they talk about we're not saying that the media as depicted in this movie is the way the media all are. Wink, wink. But yeah, like, so it's touching upon the media, it's touching on police, it's touching on obviously the newspaper industry. So aside from everything else that's going on in this, the prison system, aside from everything else that's going on in this, it's really like uh, interesting look at all of these different avenues. Yeah, that's what it's about. Again, if that's very convoluted, then yeah, I've just been in the spirit of the movie.
Yeah, it also very much covers the corruption with the mayor,
Yeah,
who doesn't want to rock the boat too much as it's coming up to the elections. So he wants to kind of round off his campaign as the mayor in as prominent a way as possible. So him and the sheriff have come to an agreement that they're just going to kill this guy anyway, because they're getting rid of a hardened criminal off the streets, and that's how they'll be remembered coming into voting season. So even though they know full well he's been pardoned, and yeah, interesting. But yeah, this film feels, I'm not gonna say ahead of its time, because it was very much touching on societal issues at the time, but it's certainly timeless, as been proven by the media and politics today. But yeah, basically, as I said, it's not like a romantic comedy. It's more so a workplace comedy that has that excellent added layer of a romantic history. And Hildy, Rosalind Russell's character, is so good at her job, and Walter is so good at manipulating people, and he knows exactly how to push her buttons, and he basically just drops the juiciest, hottest story he possibly can right in front of her nose, and then basically puts breadcrumbs upon breadcrumbs to try and get her back into the office. And it works, because this whole film is basically her covering this Earl guy, his subsequent prison break, and then her subsequent trying to write the story in the various angles that present themselves to her. First, she interviews him in his cell, and then he breaks out. Then he is hiding in a desk in her office, which she shares with other journalists who none of them were in the office at that point. So it's like a secret between them. So then she tries to do a story about that. And then, yeah, the film goes all sorts of ways. As a story would for a journalist, as I'm finding out in my master's. You never end up writing about what you were initially going to write about. And that is very much what happens with Hildy in this film. But yeah, Rosalind Russell, is it? I think it's her podcast debut, isn't it?
yeah, I believe so.
What a podcast debut!
Crazy.
She is so good in this film. But yeah, dialogue is 99 miles per second, so do not expect us. It's the disclaimer of all disclaimers on the podcast. Do not expect us to say your favorite line, but we will try and cover a few good ones.
There's also a character named Molly Malloy, who is like, she kind of got acquainted with Earl Williams the day before he supposedly killed this. Well, he did kill the policeman. Whether he's actually culpable, whether it was an accident or not, he says it's an accident, and yeah, obviously the law says differently. But it's pretty interesting as well the way the media, like even some of Hildy's kind of friends in the media, they really just zone in on her, and like they essentially like yeah, they make her life a living hell,
Yeah.
insinuating all sorts of allegations and stuff. Like, it's played for laughs, but it's also not. Like, you can really tell that they are not depicted in the best manner. Some of these journalists.
Yeah.
There's
some serious moral questions that
yeah,
that are raised at these journalists throughout the film, and they tend to fail the moral tests, shall we say?
very much so. Jumping a little bit, I was jumping a little bit previously when when Walter first meets Bruce, it's pretty interesting when he goes out in the office, and like he knows that this old guy isn't Bruce, but
Oh
he's
yeah, so
just
good.
pushing their buttons, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's great to see she's met someone someone kind of her own age up," and it's like Ralph Bellamy is like trying to get his attention, like, "Yeah, well, I'm having a private conversation here." It's like he's just such
Yeah,
an
some L fella he's just come up to
it's just some
basically.
some old dude. It's like he's such an idiot. This Walter Burns, Cary Grant is so great at playing like that douchebag, but like you can't help but kind of love him at the same time. Like he's just that kind of lovable rogue. Um,
Yeah, the first 15 minutes of this film is the build up to that as well.
yeah,
The first 15 minutes of this film is just Walter and Hildy having a domestic in an office. Like it's just 15 minutes straight of that, and it's so entertaining. Hitler gets name dropped, which is like 1940, but like at all I was also like, wow, I thought he was like Voldemort. I didn't think you said his name. But yeah, crazy that they are just talking over each other so much, so fast. And I would say the first time you're watching this, you are definitely not going to catch everything.
no,
And
definitely.
honestly, on my second time watching it, I still don't think I caught everything. I still owe this film a rewatch.
I have in block letters. So much is happening. Everyone talking over over each other on the phone. It's like just like you don't really need to follow every single word that's being said, and that's a good thing
Yeah.
because you would never like it would take you 15 tries just to be able to catch everything. Oh man, it's such quick paced dialogue.
Yeah. So Walter, Bruce is a life insurance salesman.
Yeah,
So Walter takes out life insurance then off of Bruce as a method of keeping Bruce around, which keeps Hildy around. And meanwhile, he then, once he takes out the life insurance, even though he never actually pays it, he successfully steals the check back off Bruce again that he gives him for the life insurance. He then, for the rest of the film, is just coming up with these various ways of getting Bruce arrested, which is just such a funny side story where like Bruce, he gets arrested for staying in a taxi for too long. He gets mugged. He gets arrested because they plant a woman on him, shall we say, who gets him arrested. He just cannot. He gets arrested for having counterfeit money. Like Walter's just constantly putting this guy in prison just to like keep the ball rolling, to keep him away, to keep Hildy at the desk where she is like so talented. And it's so funny because you do kind of find yourself thinking like, is he going to come back into the film? And then a phone rings. He's like, I've ended up in prison again. And it's like, ah, great. Nice.
yeah, no, it's brilliant. Just constantly messing with him. There's the whole there's the governor's man. I don't know the character's name. The kind of sympathetic governor's man who's like he actually
Oh, the one with the wife.
yeah, the one who has the reprieve for Earl
Um,
Williams.
Joe Pettibone.
Joe Pettibone. What a character name, first of all, and what a character he
Yes.
is. Yeah, he's just again talk about like very softly spoken. Like he's probably the character like maybe because he stands out so much because like he's quite softly spoken. He doesn't speak at 150,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But he keeps doing this thing whenever they mention his wife where he goes, "Whoo!" And it's just it's great every time. Played by Billy Gilbert. Shout out Billy Gilbert.
shout out to you, Billy Gilbert. Best random side character, potentially, I would say. Definitely a contender.
Yes. Potentially, yeah. Shout out Billy Gilbert.
But yeah, he's carrying this reprieve for Earl Williams. The mayor wants none of it. The mayor's trying to, obviously, trying to quash it, trying to bury it. And at this point, obviously, Earl Williams is on the loose. They think that he's this crazed killer. He does have a gun, in fairness, and shots have gone off. In fairness, so it's
Yeah.
like they're not completely out of the realms of like. I mean, it's
Yeah.
kind of understandable that they will be on edge. But yeah, obviously they've stashed at this point. They've stashed Earl Williams in like this. Is it the piano? It's the piano, isn't it?
It's a desk that has like a cover that comes down
Oh
over
yeah,
it.
yeah, that's
So
right.
he
Yeah,
gets in the desk and then they pull the cover down over him.
yeah, that's right. Because the desk actually belongs to someone, and Walter has to actually offer a job to the guy whose desk it is,
Who wants
just
to
to
come
be.
back to work.
Yeah. So Walter like doubles his money gives him a job at the paper just so he'll go off and do what he says. So
Yeah.
it's absolutely brilliant. There's no point in even talking about B for B what happens in the movie because first of all, so
No.
much happens, and secondly, the order in which it happens doesn't really matter that much because there's just so many things happening all at once.
Yes.
Yeah, suffice it to say, we get towards the end of the movie, they find Earl Williams in the desk, and then the scene where it's revealed that actually he has been reprieved. the Weasley mayor and the Weasley sheriff, the way they play that, and the way Walter, like, you can tell the smugness that Cary Grant plays with that the whole scene with is just absolutely gold.
Yeah. So good. Yeah, coming up to the end of the film, it's very funny because the sheriff, who is like very incompetent,
Yeah.
Hildy knows that it was his gun that Earl used to jailbreak, but no one else knows this, and she then tells Walter, who gets it out of him in like such a genius way, where he pulls the gun out, and everyone's like, "Oh, you found the gun," and the sheriff's like, "Where'd you get that gun?" And he's like, It's my gun." He's like, "No, it's not. It's the gun that he used to break out." And he's like, "How do you know it?" And he's like, "'Cause it's my gun." And everyone's like, everyone then just like frantically is like grabbing their phones and calling their editors, being like, "Put this in the story, put this in the story." And that happens so many times in the film as well, where they just all run to their phones and they're calling their editors and like, "We need you to get rid of that line. We need to put this in the story now. Put this in the story," as the movie is unfolding, which is also just really clever.
And the best thing is not the best thing. It's very problematic, but all of the reporters are embellishing massively as well when it comes to the actual stories. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah,
they're
yeah.
adding details. They're adding so much color that it didn't actually happen. Again, like it's played for laughs, but yeah, it's pretty obvious what it's trying to say in those scenes.
Yeah, when they grab Earl out of the desk, he's like literally like, "Okay, I give up," and he like goes out with the police. And one of the guys over the phone is like, "He put up a real struggle. He drew his gun on all of us," and it's like, "Oh, Howard."
Yeah,
But yeah, as I said, very timeless film.
very timeless. Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I think we just get into our definitive opinions on His Girl Friday, because I think, in case you can't tell, we both quite like this film quite a lot. We both quite like Howard Hawks quite a lot. We both like Cary Grant quite a lot. And shout out Rosalind Russell on her podcast debut, and Ben Hecht, who has quietly been a podcast legend, shall we say.
Yep.
But Shane, what you give this, what you make of it?
I gave it 4 stars. First time I watched it, I gave it 4 stars this time. Yeah, it's just an absolute laugh riot from start to finish. It's very, very funny when you actually can understand the jokes and you're not like trying to catch, you're not desperately trying to catch up with what the last joke was, or when you're not desperately like when you're not laughing at the last joke and you miss about 5 jokes in between. Yeah, don't be worried about like pausing and trying to catch every single joke in this because first of all, it's such a rewatchable film that when you watch it a second or third time, you will get more and more laughs. But also, like, there's so
You just
many.
won't.
Yeah, there's also so many jokes that like you're gonna be laughing over other jokes. You just are. It's just the way
Yeah.
it's scripted, and just how fast paced the dialogue is, and how fast paced the film is, and how much is going on at any one time. Yeah, it has so much to say, like you said, about politics, about the media, about the prison system, about the police, and the kind of heavy handedness of the law at times. But it's all wrapped up in this like firecracker of a script that's just so fast paced and is packing so much into such a short runtime. Yeah, absolutely great adaptation of obviously the play, which I haven't seen, but I've seen a later version, obviously 30 or 40, well, 30 odd years later, and to me, this absolutely, even though I like that version from Billy Wilder, this is way, way, way better. It's just such a great kind of all-encompassing story about so many different like sub sections of society, shall we say?
Yeah, there's a great line in this as well that I just remembered, which is like so fitting of his character, where Hildy says to Walter, "Walter, you're wonderful in a loathsome kind of way," which is just such a great line.
Nails it,
Yeah, I loved this. 4 stars. I think the first time I gave it 3.5. I've bumped it up to a 4. Really, really love this film. So funny, so witty, so timeless. And again, similar to... No, never mind. I was going to make a point, and that was not true. But what I will say is that I think this is a film that will probably just always grow on me because I'll always get more out of it every time I watch it. I'll probably... Yeah, I'll always love this film. It's so good. Cary Grant, unbelievable actor. Definitely someone who we didn't cover enough in 2025, but that's just the way things go. There was quite a few films that were released before 1970. So we're not going to cover all of them in the 1 year. But we're definitely, if you consider it a wrong, we're righting that wrong this year because we have a few Cary Grant films this month and we have a few in the near future as well. There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, love His Girl Friday. Really great comedy, really witty, timeless. I've said all that a load of times. Shout out Joe Pettibone, the man who has a wife. An early contender for best random side character. And as I said again, Rosalind Russell, who is an actress who I just want to double check how many of her films I've even seen.
I think she's obviously the only one that I've seen. Anyway.
Yeah, it's the only one that I've seen of hers as well. She was in The Women, a film directed by George Cukor. She was in Aunt Mammy. Like she was in Gypsy, directed by Mervyn LeRoy. Picnic, Joshua Logan, which is actually very much on the watch list. That's got William Holden in it and Kim Novak as well. I'm so glad that we have covered Rosalind Russell now on the podcast because it is also an early contender we've got an early contender for like best screenplay, we've got an early contender for best lead actor, lead actress, random side character. His Girl Friday is an absolute riot of a film.
Yeah.
And I couldn't recommend it enough. And now on our 100th episode of the Golden Hour Film Podcast, I have a confession to make. I lied to you all. I told you that I would find the time to figure out what the score is in Guess the Movie. I did not have time. I started. I did not have time. One day I will have a definitive score and it'll be a great day and it'll be all over our Instagram. But until that day, we are still just going to have to go off the notion that Shane is 2 ahead.
I think I'm 2 ahead, yeah. I'll start because I have mine all ready to go.
Perfect. Right. Again, I'm going to try and just like rapid fire my guesses so that it doesn't come across as clunky. I could be wrong. Let us know if you are still hanging around. If you find this segment a bit clunky, because I do know that I jump a lot in the edits to cut out the time where we're thinking. So I am going to try my best to get all my questions and guess out as fast as possible. So, 7 questions and a guess. How we cover this film on the podcast?
Okay, first up. Look away.
Oh, sorry, of course. I don't even know what the film is yet. I will look away. That would help.
I think that focused. Yep. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Have we covered this film on the podcast?
No, we haven't.
Is this a film from the 50s or 60s?
No, it isn't.
Ooh, okay. Is this a film that at least I have seen?
Yes.
Interesting. Is this a film from the 20s or 30s?
No.
Cool. Right. So it's a 1940s film that I have seen that we haven't covered on the podcast. And this is where the podcast's best friend, Letterboxd, comes in clutch. So, yeah, I have seen a lot of films from the 1940s. So I'm just going to have to ask, is this a film noir?
No, it's not a film noir, no. I don't think it's classed as a film noir.
Okay. Is this a film from a director we've covered on the podcast?
Yes.
I think I know what this is with a guess to spare, but I need to use my guess wisely here. I have a feeling it's Ministry of Fear, directed by Fritz Lang. but I want to be sure. So, from the 40s, DOA is a film noir. Holiday Affair, definitely not. But we have not covered Don Hartman, I don't think. White Heat. White Heat is also possibly an option here. Naked City is definitely a film noir. I'm torn between Ministry of Fear and White Heat, but thankfully I have an extra guess in here. So, what is like a definitive difference between the two of them? White Heat's 1949, Ministry of Fear 1944. Did this film come out in 1945 or later?
Yes.
Is it White Heat?
No.
Oh no!
It is The Treasure of the Sierra Madre.
Oh no! Dear God. I was so sure it was one of them too. I was absolutely dead set on it being one of them too. Right, well, I am going to show one to the camera now as well. Come on. There we are. Right.
Good to go.
Yeah.
Is this the film that I have seen?
No.
No, I haven't seen it. Is this the film that you have seen?
Yes.
Okay, you've seen it and I haven't. Is this a film from a director we've covered before on the podcast?
Yes.
Is this a film from the 30s or 40s?
Yes.
How many is that for?
Yes.
That wasn't the question, but right. Is this a movie from the 40s?
Yes.
Okay, it's from the 40s. And
Two more questions and a guess.
There's probably loads now, to be fair, so I need to be strategic about what I ask. Just get your letterbox up. DOA, see, could be something you just mentioned. Could be DOA, Naked City. Bishop's Wife, the Bishop's Wife, Cary Grant. Could be that. Is this a film noir?
No.
Is this a horror movie?
No. It's time for your guess.
Okay, I don't really know if DOA is a horror movie. Is it? No, it's probably noir, is it? Sounds like maybe noir. It's not horror and it's not a film noir.
Nope.
So it's not The Postman Always Rings Twice anyway, because that's noir. It's not The Body Snatcher. It's not. Is this The Grapes of Wrath?
Oh, I thought you had it.
Oh, what was
It's
it?
The Great Dictator.
Oh, no,
I thought you were about to say The Great Dictator.
Is that
Sounded
even...
like it. Charlie Chaplin.
I can't even see that here.
1940.
Oh, there it is. Fuck. Didn't even see it. I probably would have considered it otherwise.
Yeah.
God.
Charlie Chaplin, 1940.
Okay, right.
Great film. One that we had to watch for English class in secondary school.
Nice. Okay, yeah, I have my second one.
Yep.
Yep, I think that was Sword. Go ahead.
Right. Is this a film from the 30s or 40s?
It isn't.
Is this a film that you have seen?
No.
Is this a foreign language film?
No.
Okay. Is this a film from the 50s?
Yes.
Okay. The fact that Shane felt the need to check, I think, eliminates Hitchcock. But that being said, Shane has seen pretty much all of Hitchcock's 50s films anyways. If it's a film that I've seen, I'm in trouble. Because I've seen a lot of 50s films. Is Marilyn Monroe in this film?
Doesn't look like it. No, she isn't. Unless she's like a very tiny cameo, uncredited.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she isn't.
I'm just gonna have to try and clutch up here. Is this a film that I've seen?
Yeah.
Yeah, figured. Is this film? Does this film star Jimmy Stewart?
Yes.
Oh no, it's a shootout between two because I was torn between two films. Oh, right. My thought is I'm not even going to look at my phone anymore. My thought was it's either Harvey or Winchester 73. And I should have asked a more specific question than that because I was literally only looking at those two films. So if it's a different Jimmy Stewart film, then that's grand. I lose anyway. But I thought it was them two anyway, and I should have asked a better question than that. This is a total 50-50. I think based on the fact that you're more likely to watch it, I'm gonna guess Winchester 73.
Correct.
Yes! Oh, that feels like an eternity since I've gotten one right.
Fair play.
Good God. Whew. The monkey is off my back. I feel like I genuinely would love to know how long it's been since I've gotten a correct answer. Good God. Okay, I have one here. If it'll focus, that looks focused to me. Cool. Go for it.
Is this a film that only one of us has seen?
Yes.
So it's not a film we cover in the podcast.
Correct.
Is this a film from the 30s or 40s?
It is. Wow. Making quick work of this one.
Is this a film that only you have seen?
No.
Okay, so only I've seen it, and it's from the 30s or 40s. Let me just get up here once again. Is this a film from the 40s?
No.
Okay, so it's from the 30s and only I've seen it.
Oosh, I really fancy Shane's chances now.
Is this a Howard Hawks film?
Yes.
Okay. How many do I have left?
You have 2 questions and a guess, so you are going to get it.
Okay. Is this, let me see in case, because I think I know what it is. And by the way, if I think I know what it is, that was literally the movie I had that I was going to ask you next. Believe it or not. Let me just. It's not Holidays, that's George Cukor. We just covered Bring Up Baby, so you've seen that. Yeah, it's got to be the one I'm thinking. No, hang on. 20th century, maybe. Right, it's one of two movies. It's either 20th century or it's The Criminal Code. Is Walter Houston in this movie?
Yes.
Okay. I have one more guess left, yeah?
If you want.
Is this movie from 1930?
Yes.
Is this The Criminal Code?
Yes.
That was literally the movie. You're not even going to believe me. That was literally the movie I had for my tournament, so I'm going to find a new one. But yeah, back in the game. Back to 2. Okay, last one. Let me see. Okay, I have one here.
Okay, I'm looking away.
I think that focused. Yeah. Looks like it. Yep. Okay, go ahead.
Is this a film that one of us... No, sorry. Is this a film that you've seen?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this a film from the 30s or 40s?
No.
Okay. Is this a foreign language film?
Yes.
Oh, I feel like that was a big one. Okay. Is this from the 60s?
Yes.
Okay. Is this a French film?
No.
Okay. Is this an Italian film?
Yes.
Have I 2 questions left or one?
You have one question left. Oh, no, hang on, do you? Good question. I think you have one question left, but I could be wrong about that, so I'll give it 2, just in case.
Is this film over 3 hours?
There is. Yes, it is.
Is this film The Leopard?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, we've cut it back to a 1 again. Hells yeah. Okay, and I've already picked mine here. Bear with me 1 second whilst I find it again. Right, look away. My focus is just not. There we go. Right.
Good to go. Is this a film that only you have seen?
No.
Probably could have asked a better question than that, actually. Is this a film that only I have seen?
No.
Is this a film we've both seen?
No.
Oh, God. So neither of us have seen it?
I'm not going to take that question
Then
away from you, but yes.
God damn.
Yes.
You have just stitched me up here, big fun. Is this a movie from the 30s?
No.
Is this a movie from the 40s?
Nope.
Is this a movie from the 60s?
No.
Oh
What the
God.
fuck?
Is this a movie from the 50s?
Yes, and now you have to guess. You're going to be annoyed because like, you know this film as well. That's the worst part.
God.
Like, I haven't just pulled a film from nowhere. I really haven't.
It's a film from the 50s that neither of us have seen. God, like, where do I even start? I'm just going to Google 1950s films. Because I can't even use Letterboxd here. Well, I can, but it would take way too long.
If Shane gets this, Shane wins the entire series.
Have you seen Have you seen Ben-Hur? Let me see.
If Shane wins this, we give him season 1 of Guess the Movie. We'll never figure out what the score was.
Do you know what?
Shane just wins outright.
Ben-Hur. Well, neither of us have seen that, so that's a contender. East of Eden. I don't know. No. Do you know what? It's almost definitely wrong, but I'm just gonna say, is it Ben-Hur?
It's unfortunate that like the things went the way they did for you because this is a film starring Humphrey Bogart and Katharine Hepburn, directed by John Huston.
Oh no, the African Queen.
It's the African Queen.
God.
Yeah. Yeah, like I feel like at one point
I would have gotten
I'd
that.
just pick like a Santo movie or something. But
I would have gotten that
No,
if I just not wasted questions.
yeah,
Or at least I would have
It
a
took
much
you-
better chance.
you used all 7 questions to get the decade and how many of us have seen it.
God. All right.
So the score, because this game continues. We are not chalking off season 1 to Shane. It continues, and Shane is 1 ahead now, going into the next century of episodes. But yeah,
Stimulated.
that was the 100th episode of the Golden Hour Film Podcast. I'm aware this was a bit of a long one, but you know, why not? We covered a few trivia questions. We had guessed the movie. We, of course, covered His Girl Friday at some point during this episode. And yeah, thank you so much for 100 episodes. Shane, have you? I'll give you a question, and you can throw one at me as well. My question for you, Shane, is there a film that we watch for the podcast that you hadn't seen before that you are particularly grateful for having seen because of the podcast?
I would say maybe, I don't know, maybe Laura comes to mind. It's a really great noir, great genre.
So good, yeah.
Yeah, and obviously it is like one of the biggest episodes we've had on the podcast as well. So that
Yeah.
is another one, like another reason why I like it so much. But yeah, it's a great movie. Even leaving all that aside. Yeah. What about you? Actually, we'll throw that back to you.
A film I had never seen prior to the podcast. An early one, to be honest, was definitely Sweet Smell of Success.
Yeah, that's a great one.
But I actually gonna say Ball of Fire or Cape Fear, but I'll say Ball of Fire because it's a film that I probably wouldn't have gotten around to for a while if it weren't for the podcast. Like it was on my radar, but never on my immediate radar. So, and I loved it, and it's one of my favorite episodes of the podcast as well. So I'll say Ball of Fire.
In fact, I actually have to recant my pick because I'm just realizing now I had seen Laura before. So yeah, I'll say Marty. I hadn't seen Marty before.
Oh, I love Marty.
Yeah, I'll
Such
say
a
Marty.
great film.
Yeah, I'll say Marty.
And yeah, that was our 100th episode. Next week is, of course, the Philadelphia story, the return to the podcast of Jimmy Stewart, amongst others. And that will be concluding our Screwball Specials month. You probably have a faint idea of what we plan on doing next month, but we'll announce it properly next week.
Yep.
In the meantime, don't know if I've mentioned it yet, that was the 100th episode of the Golden Hour Film Podcast. There, we've got it out of our systems. I have been Harry Bailey.
I have been Shane Mulvaney.
And we will see you for the next however many episodes of the Golden Hour Film Podcast exist. I wonder what number we will get to. I hope it's high. That's all I'll say. But yeah, see y'all next week for the Philadelphia story. Goodbye.